I'm not gonna have any more. Blah, 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 blah. Hello, beautiful people. We just finished up week 2 of December and we are headed into week 3. And I am super excited for this next week. So this next week, Hanukkah starts and I am so excited about it. And I think it's kind of funny that I'm really excited because I'm in Florida without my family. So all of the normal traditional things that I would do with my family, I'm just like, oh, about that. I guess I'm not doing that either. It's like, it's different, but I'm still really excited for the holiday season, and I'm even more excited because there's Christmas is this week, so next week, week 4, I actually have a day off, an extra day off, and I'm excited about that because I'm going to completely block that off and utilize it to really work on several different things. So I see a lot of really good things happening over the course of this week and next week. With all that being said, let's talk about some of my accomplishments this past week. So I had 5 goals for the week. The first one, I don't know, like first, second, third. I'm just gonna go through my little list, my little sticky notes as usual, but I don't necessarily think they'll be in the same order they were in last week's video. Anyway, let's go through the 5. The first one, complete my financial pulse for the month. Check, completed. I'm very proud of myself for this, and I'm proud of myself for a couple of different reasons. The first one, just doing it. Like, I'm gonna take that win. Yes. The second reason, because looking at my finances, I had built up in my mind like, oh my gosh, this is really bad. This is gonna be really difficult. I don't know. And I don't know where that all was coming from because my financial pulse is showing me, actually, no, you're on track. You're not where you wanted to be, but you're on track. And so for that, I am very thankful and very excited. The next goal that I had for the week was to read my Bible daily. Fail. Maybe because I put it as a goal. Or maybe because I just was not focused, which is something we're gonna talk about in the weekly hiccups, but it did not happen. I went through my little app tracker and there were 2 days that I checked, yep, I did it. Maybe I did it 3 and I just, like, it was late and I didn't bother checking on my app, but that's really sad. Like, we're gonna try again this week. Another goal that I had this week was to start posting on Instagram and, you know, just being more active in my Instagram. I think I haven't posted since the beginning of November, and that didn't happen. I realized that I am such a planner. So I try and balance between like, hey, up to date, this is what's happening, and plan it out. And with Instagram, I don't just like post pictures. I write these really thoughtful and intentional captions. I write all of my captions. And I just was like, I should probably write like 5 or 6 of these and get ahead. And it's like a whole thing. And I was just not feeling it. I wasn't. And I just didn't do it. So fail. The next goal that I wanted to accomplish this week was setting up my email list. And I put this one down as a fail. So I have it, it's there. Now what I should have said is creating the freebies, the free tools or resources to go with the email list. So like, people come to my website, they're checking it out. What am I giving them that's going to help them, that's going to be useful to them, and where they're willing to give me their email address, right? And I just didn't create it. I feel like this past week was a whirlwind of different things. Ooh, laundry's done. Anyway, I felt as though this past week was just it was a whirlwind, and that I wasn't very focused and kind of absent-minded, and so that also didn't get done. Fail. The last goal that I had for the week was to work out at least 3 times a week, and I'm happy to report that is completed. Yeah. That one I did make a priority, and I was very intentional about making it to class 3 times a week, and for that I am very, very thankful. I just noticed such a difference in like my energy. Still didn't get the laundry. I notice such a difference when I go to class 3 days a week in my energy and how I sleep. I just feel so much better, so I'm happy that one is completed. Check. All right, this week I had 2 big hiccups, and for both of them I'm actually very thankful that I am able to recognize what they are and how they had an effect on my week, because it helps me gain more clarity, and it helps me to be able to recognize things and then be able to like know how to move so that they don't happen over and over, you know? So hiccup number 1 is a lack of focus. This week, as I mentioned earlier, I just felt was kind of a big whirlwind, and things were going all over the place. I had a lot that I was doing at work, and a lot of things that just were taking up space in my mind. And so I would take care of things, learn new things at work, and then when I would get home, I just was not focused on being productive and producing things. Furthermore, I also noticed that because of my lack of focus when I started the week, I didn't have a list to tackle each day. And it was just, I learned a whole lot. I learned that at the beginning of the week, I have to take the list, my goals that I want, and create a list of action steps to complete them, so that when I have those days where, you know, really mentally I'm tapped because of what happened at work, I can still come home and execute things on that list little by little. And I don't have to try and recall things from memory, because my brain is like, nay, we need a break. The second hiccup is not prioritizing certain things and saying no. Again, I talked about this in last week's video, but it is something that I'm working on. It's a work in progress, and it's just saying no. No, I'm not able to help you with that. No, I'm not going to come over. No, whatever that is. The answer is no. Now, the answer is no, not so much just for, you know, because I don't want to help someone, or because I don't want to, you know, contribute and be a team player or whatever. It's really that the answer is no, because I have to do a better job of prioritizing certain things for myself, for my future, for my business. Those take priority over, currently in this season, those things take priority over going and hanging out with friends. Those things take priority over just chilling and not doing anything, you know? So prioritizing and having a lot of clarity and saying no to the things that do not bring me closer to accomplishing my goals. Period. That's it. Next, the goals for the week. So I have a few. I am going to take, there are some that are like smaller goals. Those I want to get done the first couple days. And then the others, which are bigger goals, I plan on accomplishing throughout the week. We'll see how it goes, but let's just go down that list, shall we? Okay. Goal number 1. To create freebies for my email list. As I mentioned before, I really want to create things that are going to be useful and that are going to help people right away. So that just, is so important to me. And I think I have so many different great ideas. And then my brain goes from like, oh, just make this one thing to like, ooh, this can go here and here and here and here. And then I get tired and I'm like, I need a rest. But I haven't actually done anything. Crazy, I know. But that's how my brain is. Anyway, with that being said, this week's goal is to create one freebie to attach to my email list, and then we'll go from there. My next goal for the week is to start posting on Instagram, but for reals this week. I'm not so much gonna plan things out, I'm just gonna post as I go, and I am going to just embrace it. I'm just gonna embrace it. I'm not gonna overthink it, but my goal is going to be to post at least 3 times this week. The next goal that I have is to outline my first mini course. This one has kind of been in my back pocket, and it's something I know that I've needed to do, but I haven't really moved on it because, again, my brain is like, oh, you could do this, you could do this, look at that, that'd be great, and then you could offer this, and you can create this tool and that resource, and it just gets bigger and bigger, and it becomes crazy. So I'm gonna slow things down, I'm gonna start with one thing at a time, and I'm just going to create my mini course. That's it, and I think, not even create it, I'm gonna outline it. I'm not even gonna create it. Just the outline, and I'm gonna call that a victory for this week. The next goal is to reread the 12-week year. So I read this back in October, and I started implementing it, which is why I'm making these weekly videos of my goals, but I feel like I'm very off from the concept, so I'm going to reread it, which is perfect because the new year is right around the corner and I can start implementing it. So yes, I'm excited about that. The next goal is to read my Bible daily again, but I'm going to be more intentional and deliberate with it this week. I think it's something that's so important. It blew my mind. I was like, really? I only read my Bible like twice though? Shut the front door. However, when I did read my Bible last week, I did notice that maybe I only read it twice, maybe 3 times. However, I read larger portions. So instead of reading just 1 chapter a day, I probably read 5 or 6 chapters at the time it was Luke, now I'm in John. So like I was making progress in my readings. That's why I was like, really? It's only 2 days? But think, whether I read 1 chapter a day or if I read like 5 chapters a day, either way, I'm accomplishing my goal, and B, I am able to really just be in God's word longer, which is so much more satisfying and quenching to my spirit. So that's a bonus. Finally, this one is a big goal for the week, and that is to contact the IRS. So I did an extension on my taxes, filed my taxes, and the person that did my taxes was like, hey, you're gonna owe, just fill out this form. And for whatever reason, I thought that she was mailing me a form. That is not what happened. I actually had to go online, and it's this whole process. And I know this now because the IRS sent me a lovely letter in the mail, which is fine. I just have to set up a payment plan so that I can make sure I get that taken care of. Definitely have to do that this week. Okay, those are my 6 big goals for the week. Big and small, right? Big and small. I'm not gonna have any more. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to have any more. I'm going to limit it to 6 goals for the week. The big ones are creating the freebie for my email list, contacting the IRS, and to start posting on Instagram 3 times a week. The others, I would say, are smaller goals, and if I get those done, awesome. If I don't, it's not the end of the world, with that being said, I am saying sayonara. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.